Good morning, Hampton Roads. How's everybody doing today? And welcome to Virginia's only real estate investing podcast, where we get to talk about local investors, local deals, and all things local. I'm your host, the founder of the Master Investor Academy and author of my best-selling book, Work Just Gets in the Way of Making Money, Scott Jelinek. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, properties you'd like to sell, or anything you'd like to discuss, go ahead and text me at 757-699-4227. That's 757-699-4227. We still have one spot left for my two-day event that's coming up this Saturday and Sunday, January 30th and 31st. If you'd like information or to get registered, go ahead again and text me at 757-699-4227, and I will send you the information so you can go ahead and get yourself registered. It is going to be an absolutely fantastic event. We're going to go over the 5 pillars of real estate investing. That's marketing, wholesale, rehabs, rentals, and raising private money, as well as spending a bunch of time on slow flips, my absolute favorite part of real estate investing. So let's see, what's today? Today's Tuesday. It is foggy outside. I'm not sure what's going on out there. I can't even hardly see over the water. It's complete cover out there. So before we get into it, I want to say I'm going out to dinner tonight, taking my son out for crab legs. For those of you guys who are local, on Tuesday nights, it's going to be my first time going there, but Tuesday nights down at the beach at Harpoon Larry's, I think they're like $10 a pound crab legs. And we love crab legs. We normally only go when we can go all you can eat, but I figure for $10 a pound, if we eat 4 pounds, it's going to be the same as if we pay for the all you can eat. So I think it should be just fine. Highly looking forward to it. That's Tuesday tonight at Harpoon Larry's. So hopefully it turns out good. I'll let you know how it was tomorrow. So what I wanted to talk to you about today, and I kind of touched on it once before, was when I talked about shiny objects. Well, somehow in the last day or two, I made the mistake on clicking on someone's ad on Facebook. And I don't remember what it was, but something that looked intriguing, so I clicked on it. And ever since I clicked on it, I have been bombarded with you name it ads, and it's amazing to me the amount of ads, the amount of strategies and systems and courses and different ways to make money, and as a real estate investor, and this way sucks and you should do it this way. And it's really interesting. And so I started watching them, and the more you watch, the more ads I'm getting now. And it's insane to me. Now, mind you, I'm not, let me put this the right way. I'm not putting any of them down. They have a strategy that works. And I'm assuming the strategy they have works, so they wouldn't be selling it as a system. So I'm not saying that their strategy does not work. What I am saying, though, is it's insane about how I'm going to just give you some for instances. One of them I was watching, he was like, all wholesalers are doing it wrong. They're marketing and they're going on appointments. And our system is we just, they cultivate realtors and buyers, and then they just put everybody together. They never go on a buy call appointment. They never meet with a seller. Realtors get deals, and then they have a buyer's list and they connect them. And that sounds great. And I'm sure it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Then there's another guy who talks about it, and he ironically even calls it a slow flip, but it's not a slow flip. He says his program is, he's like, are you sick of having vacant properties and yada, yada, yada? Well, his program, which I hated the idea of it, is he actually says you find your buyer first, and then they pick the property and they put a down payment down. Let's say it was 5% down or whatever it is on a $200,000 property. Then you buy the property, you get the financing on it, use their money as your down payment, plus you may have to come up with a little. And he was going on, and then you already have a tenant buyer in it. And then a few years later, I was like, oh my God, I hate this idea. Because now you're buying it retail. You're hoping for appreciation to be sell above retail. You didn't pick the property. You didn't get a deal on the property. Everything about it was just screaming at me, and I hated it. Then I got these guys talking about scaling your business. You got to scale, scale, scale. If you're still working in your business, you don't have a business, you have a job. And, you should be doing 20, 30, 50, 60 deals a month and going on and on and on. And it just blows my mind. And everybody's saying that the other systems are wrong. And it's so interesting to me because I know I've told you guys this before. There's a million ways to make $1 million. Choose one. They all work. You have to choose what's right for you. There's guys, some of them are good friends of mine. They teach wholesale lease options, and they do a fantastic job with it. And that's all they do. That's their bubble they're in, and they teach wholesale lease options and do great with it. And their coaching students do great with it. That's all they do. They don't even get involved with the other crap that we do. So point I'm getting to is there's so many different ways, but it's information overload. because you don't need to know all these different ways. And what happens is you start learning from one system, let's say, or basic system. What we teach is very basic, but a basic system, or you get some success, and now you start getting bombarded with all this other stuff telling you what you're doing is wrong and there's an easier way, or you should be doing it this way. And I'm here to tell you guys, there's not. All of these systems take work. All of these systems are going to take you doing whichever one you choose. If I'd use the old tried and true. We do marketing, we go on appointments, we get contracts. I always tell people, I believe our money is made in the living room, talking and working with motivated sellers, solving their problems. I'm a firm believer of that. There's other guys who are saying, no, you never go on appointment. That's completely up to you which route you want to go. I was thinking about it, and I kind of equate it to weight loss, because it's so interesting to me. And not to say weight loss is easy, but neither is making money. But everybody knows, every single person on the planet knows, how do you lose weight? If you want to lose weight, what do? Eat less, move more. That's it. That's all you need to know. Eat less, move more. However, there is a multi-billion-dollar industry telling people how to lose weight faster, easier, smoother, without having to go on a diet, without having to exercise, without all these. And I feel like it's the exact same business model. Everybody knows how to make money in real estate. You do marketing, make more offers, get contracts, sell the contracts, either sell them or rehab them. Everybody knows it's an easy process. There's obviously a lot of tricks to make it easier, but it's an easy process. And then there's all these, hey, make the same amount of money without having to go on a diet. And it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So as I'm reading these, all I'm thinking of is this is just like the weight loss industry. We all know what we have to do to be a successful real estate investor. And yet we get bombarded with an easier, faster, sexier way to go about doing it. And just buy my course. And again, no disrespect. I'm not saying that the course isn't good or doesn't work. I'm quite sure that it does. At least I believe that their courses work, or they wouldn't be selling them and they wouldn't be successful in their own right. So I'm not saying that any of them don't work. But what I am saying is there doesn't have to be always another way. You decide which route you want to go. And then once you decide, and this is the tricky part, you got to almost put blinders on and do. If you bought any of these craziness, and I don't mean to say craziness, but if you bought any of them and you liked it, then that's fine. Then you put your blinders on and do that program, do that system, and it will work for you. They all, I always say, there's a million ways to make $1 million. Choose one. They all work. You just got to do the one. The challenge is when you try and do a little bit of each of them, then none of it works. And that's the part where people get caught up in. They're like, well, I love this part of this, so I'm going to do this, but I also want to touch on that. And then what happens is none of it works. It's like, go back to the diet analogy. It's like you're trying to be on a diet, and you're like, well, I'm going to do part of this diet and part of that diet and part of that diet. It's not going to work for you. Yes, we all know eat less and move more is the whole strategy. There are things that work. Cutting out carbs works. Cutting out your sugar work. All these things do work, but you can't do part of it. You either do it or you don't do it. And I feel the same way with this. Ever since I clicked on these ads, and now it's become enjoyable for me to keep seeing what's this next one I'm getting sent, and they all have a crazy story, a crazy claim as to, I was struggling, going on appointments, putting out bandit signs, and then I invented this great system called the Miracle Program. And they come up with this miracle program, and they're like, now I sit on the beach and sip pina coladas, and deals are just coming in, and the FedEx guy's delivering me checks every day. And it's entertaining to watch. It's entertaining to listen to. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they all are sitting on the beach somewhere, and I'm just working too hard. However, when they say this doesn't work, that's where I'm like, whoa, hold on. If making $1 million a year and living an ultimate lifestyle is failure, it's what doesn't work, well, then, let's all say, hey, let's just be failures then. Because that's the part that gets tricky. A lot of them are claiming, oh, if you're still doing the old way and doing mailings and doing internet and doing postcards or whatever, and actually meeting with sellers, it's like the old way, like you're a dinosaur. And I'm like, well, it's because it works. But again, that's just my 2 cents. I know what we do works. I know what I teach my coaching partners works. I got coaching partners, one of them in particular made 90 grand this month, in January, 90 grand. And so I know it works. Does it work where you can sit on a beach and still have it happening? No, my business model is we make our money in the living room. We make our money in the living room. We market, we meet with motivated sellers, we make our money in the living room. And so no, you can't sit on the beach drinking a pina colada and the money comes in. Now with the slow flip model, yes, you can, but that takes time. If you start the slow flip model today, you're not going to be there for at least 5 to 7 years. So I know a lot of people are like, 5 to 7 years. Well, compared to the alternative, which is the rest of your life, Or if you were doing conventional rentals, 30 years, 5 to 7 years is not too shabby to live your ideal freedom lifestyle. So sorry for the long rant. It's just something I was thinking. Everybody's in information overload. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, there's somebody else with a shiny object saying, I got this new system. I got this new way I invented. And you know, not to say there can't be something new, but real estate's pretty old, and we've pretty much done it all throughout the years. There's been, you know, multiple different strategies. I understand technology's changing and there's new things we can do with technology. But my firm belief is we make our money in the living room. And you know, yes, there are ways you can do it. There's other ways you can do it. And if you go with one of those other routes, there's nothing the matter with that. But embrace it and stop looking and stop getting fed information from other people trying to get you into another course. Stick to the whichever one you got into. If that's what you want to do, it's great, but just put your blinders on and dig into that one and make it work for you. Otherwise, it's too easy to get off track. And then what'll happen is you'll have 5, 6, 8 different programs by the end of a year, and then you're gonna go about saying it didn't work. None of it works. Everybody sold me a pack of lies, and they weren't a pack of lies. It's just you can't do them part way. You can't dabble in them. You either dive in or don't bother doing it at all. And hope I didn't rant too much for you guys today. I just know everybody's going through information overload. I didn't realize just how rampant it was and how bad it was until I clicked on an ad. And now I'm probably seeing 10 of them every time I look at Facebook. I'll see 10 different ads for 10 different programs, 10 different guys selling them. And so it's really, really interesting to me. And I can't imagine how your brains are with the information overload as well. That's all I got for you guys today. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Do something today your future self is going to thank you for. If you are free and are interested in attending, text me at 699-4227 about this event I'm having this Saturday and Sunday. It's only a few days away. It's going to be 9 to 5 each day. I hope you can make it. I look forward to seeing you there. And if not, I will see you guys soon. Have a fantastic day, and I will talk.